Welcome, this is the fourth video. I'm going to just do a few pages on this one, and I'm also going to go back and explain some of the things that we did in the last video, which the behaviors. So basically what we did in the last video is we changed the text based upon the header tag and the description. This is the header. Remember, I'm going to go into design. We're in design. This is an H1 tag that has an ID of H1. This is a paragraph tag or a P tag that has a ID of description. So what we did in the behaviors itself, let's just take the Charity Cruises one. And you notice that we have a change property and a change property over here. And we have the set text and the set text. The change property was the actual changing of the background. That's why we have a mouse over and a mouse out. So in the mouse down, we changed over here. We changed the H1 tag to say Charity Cruises, which I'll show you in a second. And then we changed the paragraph tag down here to say every year we host several charity events, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so let's go into live and we'll click on that. Remember, I'm only going to show you the Charity Cruises one. All the others are exactly the same. I'm going to click on Charity Cruises. Notice that Charity Cruises changed to the Charity Cruise header, and then every year we host every charity season. And all the other ones work the same. If I click on Home, it goes back to the very beginning, Restoration Services, and Swap Meets. So that makes it look like you're changing pages and changing information. All you're doing is changing the actual text itself. So it's really sounds a lot harder than it really is. But again, you don't have to do anything but click and type. So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn these links into actual links. Right now they appear to be links, but they're really not. And how you know it's a link or not a link is you go down and look in a link. If there's text in there, it's a link. If there's no text in there, then it's not a link. So I'm on page 310, and all we're going to do is type in the number sign for all of the links. And as soon as you do that, the page properties will take over because the A tag has predefined characteristics that will change the color and probably put in a underline. So let's see what happens when we click on Home. Remember, always click on the tag to make sure you select it. I'm just going to put in the number sign. And what that does is creates a dummy link. So notice what happened. It became blue, which is kind of hard to read, and has an underline. So we're going to do the same thing here. And number sign. And the last one, I'm just going to click and not select it just to show you what will happen. So I'm just going to click here, put in a number sign, and notice nothing happened because it doesn't know what to do. So make sure that you select it, and we have that. Okay, so now we have 4 ugly links. We have hard to read links, and we have an underline which you may or may not like. So we're going to fix that. So that takes care of number 1, 2, and 3 on page 310. Number 4, we're also taking care of. So we're going to go into CSS Designer, and we're going to actually change the colors of the nav A to white. So it's really very simple. So I'm going to click in here anyway, and I'm going to click on the A. Maybe it'll make it a little bit easier to change it. So we don't have a nav A, but we have a nav P, and the A is not A because it's the first letter, and then next is B. It's nav means an A tag inside something that begins with an ID of nav. So we should now, when we click on the plus sign for selector, notice that it picked in stray home link A. That's really not what we want. So I'm just going to type in nav and A. Boom. That takes care of that. And now what we're going to do is just change the color of the text to white, which is all F's. and we're going to get rid of the underline. That's called text decoration. So in order to change the text, we go into the T, which is text. Here's our color. A shortcut to get rid of all these zeros here is just drag this all the way up. If both of these are all the way up, then it's going to be white. That takes care of it. Now, as soon as I do that, all 4 links, unless I did something wrong, should turn white. So let's find out. And they did. Now what we're going to do is get rid of the underlines. So we're going to go again, and we're going to find a text decoration, which is here. Notice underline, overline, cross through, and none. So that takes care of that. So we've done up to number 8. We're going to turn on live view and test the links. And see what happens. Really not much to test because they're not going anywhere. And it does change to a link pointer, which is the little finger pointing up. That takes care of that. So that's all in this video. And I would like you to review on pages 312 and 313 the actual behaviors that are there. We've already done the change property, things that you like, or effect, which is some animations. Go to allows you to physically go to another one. A jump menu is like the form where we did the select and a jump menu go. That's a little bit different jump menu than you're used to in the select. Pop-up message, just you get this little pop-up if something happens. We did the preload images. And you know what? Same thing. Swap image. If you put the mouse over it, it changes to another image. It actually swaps it. That's called a rollover image. Very similar to what we're doing. And we have the set text, which we've done as well. So that's it for this video. Have a wonderful day. We're going to create an accordion in our next video, which again sounds a lot harder than it actually is. All of the work is done for you. Again, if you need anything, just let me know, and I'll do the very best that I can to help you out. Have a wonderful day.